Tuesday. It's 8:30. You know what that means? It's Let's Talk Education live from London. Welcome everybody in the room. I gave you the preamble from last week. I told you this one's going to be heavy, and I'm letting you know from now. I'm giving you guys a warning. I'm going to warn people as they come into the room today. Auntie Estella, love you, always here. Miss Comrie, excuse me. I am going to this one, please. I know there's a button in the right hand corner, guys. As you come in, there's a button. Share, 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 share. Share, 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 share. Share, 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 share. Lati, share. The Ezra 100, share. Shalika, share, 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 share. Because today, normally I try and give advice and counsel and guidance and so on and so forth. Today I'm ranting because I'm tired, I'm upset and I'm hurt. And this is what I do when I'm upset and I'm hurt. I told you today's title is, do we really care about black children? Like, do we really care about black children? That is my title. The black people, do they really care about black children? Yeah, that is what I'm going to be speaking about today. And I want to hear what you've got to say in the comments. I want you to counteract me because I've seen so much, and even today when I was speaking to a student about this, I was triggered. Yeah, and I've even got notes. Normally I'm off the top of my head, but today I have notes. Do black people really care about black children? That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Big up our sponsors. MooreEducation, essential guide to understanding secondary school. Auntie Pat is here. Hello, Auntie Pat. Corvina's here. Thank you, Corvina. If you have a child in secondary school, if you know somebody in secondary school, please get them to download this. This is a brilliant guide. I'm going to be creating a course around this as well. So I know not everybody's readers. Some people are visual learners. We're going to be creating a course around this to support parents. What else are we going to be bigging up today? You know, we always big up little scholars. ABC Words First. Make sure you go over to their page. Amazing resources. I'm not going to take too much time. There's something in the corner there. I want to share this with all of your friends. Take and share and get them in this room. Get them in this room. Share this today. Because this may be my last live. I'm done talk. I'm finished. I'm tired. I've got to the point where I'm actually tired. I don't think I want to talk anymore. So it's like, this may be quite possibly our last live. If you do want to hear me talk, and you do want to hear education, check out SLT Podcast. I think I've posted a link up in my story. We've started a new monthly podcast, myself and some other educational professionals. Check it out. But I'm going to get down to it, guys. Yeah? And I'm going to tell you where this all started from. I posted on my WhatsApp and on my personal Instagram. Yeah, I posted that I needed, I had a young man, 15 years old, who needs a bit of work experience in tech. Yeah. To be honest, I didn't have to post it. I could have spoken to a handful of people, but I said, no, let me share this amongst my community. Let me share this amongst close friends and family. Yeah. 15-year-old boy. Yeah. Thank you very much. Please share. 15-year-old boy needs a bit of work experience. Work experience is different to how it was. A lot of children don't get work experience. You wanted something specific. So I put it out on my WhatsApp status and on my Instagram status. Nearly 250 people between the two saw that status. 250 people, there or thereabouts. I would argue at least 90% of those people are black. Yeah, most of my contacts are from my community. Most of them. Yeah. Not one person no, that's a lie. That's a lie. Not one black person replied. The only reply I got was from one of my developer friends in Mumbai who does some work for me on the back end of our website. That was the only reply I got. And he was like, how you doing? Listen, what help does he need? Is he able to work remotely? So on and so forth. I was like, huh? So let me get this straight. You lot know what I do. This is personal friends, contacts, and you know what I do. You know what I do. I'm not asking for myself, and I'm not asking for my youths. Let me get this straight. I'm not asking for my children. My children are cool. My children are set. Yeah? And I'll get into that later. I was thinking not one person could ask a friend, could let me check something out for you. Not one. I'm thinking, what is it? Is it me? And this is the conclusion I've come to. You lot care about your kids. You lot care about your picnic. You lot care about the children that are in close vicinity to you. That's who you care about. When we speak about black children as a collective, we don't care. And if we did, our actions would show something completely different. If we actually cared about black children, our actions would show something completely different. I'm going to repeat that again. If we genuinely cared about black children, our actions would show something very, very different. My own children, yeah. You lot will go to the ends of the earth for your own children. But black children in general, where you might have to... And let me ask you this. Give me a yes or no in the chat. Give me a yes or no in the chat. Have you ever been outside a train station or in a built up like a shopping center or anything like that, and you've seen those young people in blue, they've got blue coats. They've got these blue raincoats on, and they've got magazines and they're trying to sign you up. Give me a yes or no in the chat, please. Please be interactive. Please don't let me think I'm crazy. Yeah? So outside the train station where I live, I always see these young people. If I'm in the West End, I always see these young people. Give me a yes or no in the chat. Please, I'm not speaking to myself. Have you ever seen these young people? And they usually come up and ask for donations. The sales script they often give is, hi, we're trying to raise funds. Thank you, Auntie Estella. Thank you so much, Auntie Estella. Thank you, Marcia. We're trying to raise funds for knife crime. Yeah? These children, majority of them, yeah, thank you. The majority of these children are black children. The majority of them are black children. And I'll always ask them, what are you doing? Really, what's going on? Yeah? And once I get past, obviously, they're working on a commission basis. They're selling the magazines. I think for every 10 magazines you sell, don't quote me on this, this is based on what they said once I dug down to the depths of it. Every 10 magazines they sell, they get some kind of commission or kickback or something from it. And you see them in droves, like chuggers, I'm thinking, hold on. Are these the only type of opportunities we can provide for our children en masse? This is the equivalent to a big issue seller. Yeah? And if you don't know the history of the big issue is to help homeless people. It was a charity set up to help homeless people. This is for young, and a lot of these children just have never had any support, any help, or any guidance. Because I've said to them, I sit down and I say, listen, if you're willing to listen to what I have to say, I've spoken to some of them who've got to a certain point in life and they're not sure what the next steps are. Nobody's ever sat down and discussed it with them. They've never seen it. There's been no guidance, zero guidance. Black children, no guidance. They want to do something positive. They're there because they've been told this is the positive thing to do. And I've said to them, what about your education? I've spoken to some young people who are highly educated, who are sick, but they just don't know what the next steps are. And they don't see what the next steps are because we've not set them out in our community for them. Other communities, the children are very clear on what the next steps are. We haven't set that out for our children because we don't care. We don't business. We care about our kids, our nieces, our nephews, as far as it goes. We don't business about the average youth, the average black youth. Because in our mind, the average black youth is doing this, they're not. They just need a conversation, an opportunity that we do not provide. The reason we don't provide it is because we don't care. Let's stop lying. Yeah? What makes me sick is when there's a tragedy in our community, oh my God, oh, we'll come out. We will come out in bloody droves. We'll come out in droves, all this stuff, and the regular faces will come out and say the regular patterns and so on and so forth about what needs to change and blah, blah, blah. We don't care. And the reason is because we've not worked out that the game it's a team game. I repeat it, it's a team game. It's a team game. Thank you very much. At least one person agrees with me. Thank you. But at this point, I'm so frustrated. I just have to. It's a team game. We think it's an individual thing. If my child does well, then that's fair enough. If my child, niece, nephew, if they do well, that's fair enough. And I'm speaking as a parent. My daughter sits right here. Yeah, my daughter sits here. My son's at home with his mum, but my daughter's right here. Usually he's here, so on and so forth. Let me. If we're gonna be selfish, yeah. When my daughter decided what she wanted to do, yeah, and I'm talking about opportunities. If we're gonna be selfish, yeah. When she decided, what did you say you wanted to go into? Photography and film and cinema. She was given an internship through our network with one of the most famous, revered, stylists and video production directors in the industry, yeah? No problem, yeah? Boom, 6-month internship. Whenever there was an issue, she was called. Today, she just come in and she said, Daddy, look, my one of my photo shoots was it published in Days magazine and the British Photography Council or something. She's cool. She's cool. My son, I was like, listen, you want to go into tech, right? Speak to this person, that person. He's had several conversations. No, Daddy, I don't want to go into tech. I want to go into construction. I said, yeah, I got a phone call the other day. I completely forgot. My sister-in-law called me and said, oh, your name came up in something else. We're trying to get some kids on an apprenticeship for construction. I said, oh, Ezra wants it. She goes, Ezra? She goes, tell him to come down here next week. I've got something. What does he want? A level 4 apprenticeship? What does he want? I'm going to get him his CVS card or whatever it is. Done. My youths are cool. My youths are calm. But this ain't about my youths because I understand it's not an individual sport. It's a team game. In order to win, we all have to win and we all have to care, but we don't. We care about our youths. And I'm not saying that to big up my youths, and I'm not saying that to do that. I'm explaining to you. If I was coming from the perspective of, it's all about me, and it's not that. It's not that. Let's be honest. What we're really interested in is entertainment. That's what we care about, is entertainment. One gotta dance. And the reason why I say that is because I see people, you gotta understand, like, I see people who are like make inquiries, who DM me and, I don't know what to do. And the minute I say, all right, well, you're gonna have to pay a consultation fee to speak to me or blah, 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 blah. We don't hear from them again. And then there's a problem and then we hear from them. But you followed me on Instagram. So I saw you at that dance before Christmas at Ascot or Epsom. I don't know what it is. I saw nearly 5,000 people in this dance, you know. I'm going to I'm going to go to the white one. That was the black one. I'm going to the white one in the cinema in the summer for educational purposes because it blows my mind. There were thousands and thousands of black people who spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds in these dances. I see them on Instagram. I see my friends and associates go there. Thousands of pounds. I see you all. And it's fine. It's fine. Have fun. I'm not saying be boring and a crusty old man like me. I'm not saying that. But let me get this straight. Forget what happens in the dance. There was one party or whatever where it was like black tie. Yeah, it was black tie. It looked really nice. I'm going to mispronounce the person's name. Yeah, it's Suave something, Manny Suave, excuse me. And he had a really nice dance, I think it was before Christmas. And I saw some of the parents there. I saw people there. Yeah. And what I saw contrasted what I'm hearing or what I'm being told as more education. That's all I'm going to say. And millions are made from these. It's not thousands anymore. It's millions are being made from these types of rays. So we can generate the money in our community. So let's anything we genuinely wanted to change in our community. I'm just speaking for the December period. We have the money clean, because I know if I wanted to go to, and it looked really nice. Listen, I'm not putting down any of the promoters. Please don't attack me. Like, wish you would have. As I said, I hope to go to the white dance in the summer. I already got my outfit ready to go. But I know to go to one of those dances, because it was black tie, like, you can't spend less than £300-400 on your outfit. Forget the money that you're spending when you're actually in there. So there's money. What money provides is opportunities. So if we're able in a Christmas period to generate, and I'm not exaggerating, because I heard on another point how they break down the income of these dances, 2, 3, 4, almost tens of millions of pounds. That's what we're able to generate. That's in a period. God knows what these Valentine's dances are going to look like. God knows what these Easter dances are going to look like. If we're able to generate tens of millions of pounds from entertainment, why do we have black children on the street selling like big issue sellers? Tell me that. What? Because it's not your child. It's fine. Because it's not your child, it's absolutely fine. Because let's get this straight. Let me stop pointing my finger. I feel like I'm at school. Sorry. Because it's not your child, that's fine. And let's be honest. I don't see children of other ethnic backgrounds doing this work. I don't. The same way how I generally don't see a lot of black big issue sellers, I'm not saying there aren't any, is the same way I don't see many young people from other ethnic backgrounds standing and walking up and down on the street for hours on end trying to get donations because they've been told it's a good thing to do. Because there are limited opportunities, because everybody cares about their own children. That's it. Everybody cares about how can I angle myself in this situation to look good? That's the truth. How can I angle this issue to promote myself and for personal gain? In me, listen, More Education doesn't provide work experience support. However, we support our parents in any way we can. In any way. For what we're not paid for. What we do is we provide a service to the community. I don't speak about a nano of what I do. Maybe if I did, I may have the amount of followers and so on and so forth. Maybe if I created content around that, but that's not what it's about. I realize it's a team game because there's going to be a day that I'm on my face. On my face. And I'm going to need the support of my community, but that may not come. That may not come. I don't know, because are we not embarrassed? Like, are we not? I personally, when I see like young people who are lost with no direction on one hand, but how we try to remedy is say, oh, look, that one person is doing well, or that one person is successful, or that one person is. Bro, it's not an individual. This isn't tennis. It's not an individual sport. And until we can get it sunk into our head that unless all of us are winning, then nobody's winning. Unless all of us are winning, unless all of our children are winning, unless the vast majority of our children are winning, then we are all losing. I repeat that. Thank you very much for the heart. unless the majority of our children are winning, we are all losing. And you can go and spend off your money in those places and have fun. You will probably see me there at some point. So I'm not being critical, yeah? If you're sitting there, my boss champagne, come with your glass and I might give you a bit. I'm a pink champagne man myself, yeah? I don't me drink. However, I say that to say, in the current economy, I'm sitting in my lovely warm abode. However, around the corner from me, they're building £500,000 apartments. Somebody said it to me the other day. What? Where are these youths going to live? So let me get something straight. Because I don't know. I don't know. I know most people are kind of just barely kind of getting by and, you know what I mean? I get the struggle. Where are your youths going to live? Because we haven't provided any opportunities for them. When they reach out and they ask us, because they do ask us. They ask us. Don't lie to me. They ask us. I know they do. When they ask us for opportunities that we don't provide, that we don't think about, that we don't plan for, cool. In 10, 15 years, where the hell are they going to live? I know most of my following are based in London. Outside of that are major cities. Yeah? Where are your youths? If we're not providing any opportunities for them to get into industries, nobody messaged me to say, I've got a cousin in tech. Let me ask. I'll get back to you. When I posted, can anybody help me find a young man get work experience? No, only my brethren. No, it wasn't it? Was it? I can't. What's his name again? My developer brethren in Mumbai. He's the only one who messaged me. No, so you're telling me out of 250 black people, professionals, nobody could say zig. Let me message somebody. None of you. Nobody. The one person who did help just joined. Nobody cares. And I think we need to stop pretending and lying and just say, you know something? We're in it for the fun. We're in it for the fun. We're here to have a jolly old time until the wheels fall off. That's why we're here. We're not here to provide opportunities for our black children. We're not here to provide a stable community for our black children. We're not here to provide a future for our black children. We're here to have fun. Ziggy, shut up and leave us alone. I would be much happier with that conversation. I would be much happier with that conversation. Because what that means is the one and two people who do kind of poke and nudge, I know who I'm working with. Because everybody puts on, this facade. You care about your children. You care about your children. And that's fine. But it's a team sport. I keep saying this to you. And I really want you to go away and think about. If you are London-based, specifically London-based. If you have children at age of my children, how old are you? 20 and 16. Yeah? So they're teenagers, just beyond teenagers, yeah? What plan have you put in place, for where and how they're going to live? Because if you haven't done it, it's not like the good old days in the 80s and the 90s where you could get 100% mortgages. You with me? And even, listen, I remember the days the kids' faces just dropped. I remember in 2006, I could get 110% mortgages. Yeah, for my Turkish mates. Yeah, we were doing 110% mortgages. Yeah, we're getting cash back. Yeah? You take that money and you refurb it. And then you go to Mortgage Express who'd cash you out on the same day. But that's a different conversation, guys. Yeah? What have you prepared for your children? Because we're living in some serious Dickensian times. But we're there partying, spending £50 on entrance fee, spending £300 on an outfit, and spending at least a £1 on drinks. And there may be some people, I don't have children. What's it got to do? It's a team game. It doesn't matter if you personally don't have any children. It doesn't matter. That's not the point of a team game. You're missing the point of a team game. Everybody has a role. Let me say this again. There are 20 odd people in this. Every single one of you has a role. Some people's role may be more significant than others. All your role may be is when you see something, you say, oh, let me ask X. I know somebody. Let me donate Y. Let me ask if they need any help. Yeah? I don't know if I spoke about this, and I'm going to wrap up on this. I'm going to wrap up on this one. I think I've spoken about it, but I'm not going to. And this is it was heartwarming and heartbreaking. Because I get a lot of messages from a lot of people, and I'm not going to be disparaging. They encourage what I do. But I received a donation. So we took some kids out, yeah. We take our children out, year 11, every year, yeah, for a dinner. Because they're from all over the country. And this person gave me a donation. And they said, listen, I know I don't have much to give. But this is my way of doing something. I cried when that person left. I was in tears. Because what that person said is, listen, I get it. Any little that I can do towards something I know is important. That person traveled to see me, to give me, say, listen, it's not I can't cover the whole meal, I can't this, that, and the other, but please, here's a contribution to the youth then, because I know what you're doing. I'm not asking for contributions. I'm saying there are going to be lots of opportunities for our young people. It could just be a conversation. It could simply be a conversation with a young person sitting next to you on the bloody train. It could be a conversation with your child's brethren. Your youth's all right. They've got mummy or they've got daddy or they've got whoever. A conversation with a child, support of a child, building, looking at institutions, looking at people who are trying to do the work and supporting them, as opposed to just flipping, giving man a like. Oh, thanks. Sit there flipping, swiping all right and giving a little like. That is what our community has ended up boiling down to. Likes and podcasts. Check out our new SLT podcast, by the way. Our podcast is really good. Yeah? I'm sweating. I'm getting hot. And as I said, let me just tell you from now, you're probably not going to see me next week, yeah? You're not going to see me next week. I will post up in my stories when I'm going to be doing lives. Because I have to focus on the work. I have to focus on our young people, because as far as I'm concerned, from the average Joe, talking to these young people, they feel hopeless. They feel hopeless. They genuinely feel hopeless. And to be honest, that's where I think my energy may be better put. In regards to parents, I will be offering support for parents. We have a WhatsApp group. If you're not part of our WhatsApp group, I saw some really lovely conversations. I think it was up to this morning with parents with children with SEND, mental health, just general stuff. Go into my biography, join the WhatsApp group. Yeah. But unless I start to seriously see some change, you probably aren't going to hear that much from me, because I'm kind of, especially with the new generation. When I look at my parents' generation, when I think of those, the children of Windrush, they understood what it was about. I realize most people truly don't even have an understanding of how we got here and what's going on and everything that happened to get here. I'm in a privileged position in that, so maybe that's why I rant. But for our youths, forget us. Forget your nice warm house. Forget your your lovely car or your lovely brunches or whatever it is you do. Yeah, it's getting critical, and you may unfollow me after this, but just remember what I said and check back God Spare Life in 10, 15 years time and see where our young people are at, see where our black children are at, and just say to yourself, when you do look at that state of where we are in this country, Carl, we ain't leaving. Let's get something straight. You lot ain't leaving. Oh, no, nah, leave. You're not. I hear the talk, but seldom do I see it. Handful of man I see do it because it's not easy. Yeah? If we're staying here, which the majority of us are, what are we really putting down in place for our children and their future in this country? And it ain't much. It will be a legacy of YouTube videos of dances, like the dances that I used to watch as a young man with my my Jamaican contingent. I look at those dances and I'll be honest, I did kind of frequent early 2000s. You go to one of those dances now, it used to be weekly, they're done. That whole community is done. Washed out, wiped out, done. The yard man them that I used to see, popping bottles, champagne, 4, 5, 6 nights a week. I see their kids in behavioural difficulties and who are lost. And I know exactly who they are. That community's finished. And in the same way that iteration of the community is done, the current iteration of the community will be done. And you remember you did nothing. I repeat, you remember you did nothing. You did nothing. And you've only got yourself to blame. So on that note, good night. Follow, unfollow, like, dislike. At this point, I don't really business. So I'll see you when I see ya. Take care and have a lovely evening.